Our Parsha reading for the coming week is called Behar because the address of divinity to the Kohanim, to Moshe, for the Kohanim, comes Behar, in the mountain. Which mountain? The mountain of all mountains, the transcendent mountain, Mount Sinai, which is the symbol of highest transcendence, the symbol of total spirituality, the symbol to the heights for which we are aspiring. And so you see that as we continue, and as I mentioned earlier in previous weeks, with the continuation of the readings from this book of Vayikra, we are going higher and higher and higher. And now there is only one more reading, which is next week, which reaches the end. But here we're already in the heights. And what are we told? Something amazing. An instruction for the attainment of that spiritual upliftment. And what is it? It's an instruction for the land in which we live, the land where we start, the land on which we stand. I have mentioned from the very beginning that for spiritual upliftment you have to start from a specific place, and from that place you go up. Now, we learned that you have to have respect for your fellow man. Not only respect, you have to love him. You have to love him with all your heart, with all your being, with all your feeling. But it goes further. Believe it or not. You also have to have feelings for the place on which you stand, the physical earth. And how is it this done? We are told about the year of release. The seventh year, the year of Shemitah, in the seventh year in the land of Israel when the temple is in existence and we have the possibility to this higher spiritual attainment, there we are told that where you stand to start off with, that is the ground on which you stand, has to have your respect as well in that, in the seventh year. You do not plow it, you do not open it up, you do not try and tear it apart, as it were, in order to sow your seed so that you may have food to eat. On the contrary, it must lie fallow. And it must lie fallow so that it can be united within itself once again, that it can be one within itself. In other words, that it can reconstitute itself. Respect the land, respect the ground. And you do it in 7-year cycles. And at the very end, after 7 times 7 cycles, you have the ultimate again. And the ultimate is the Jubilee year, when there is total release, freedom, not only for the land, but for each and every person. And the spirituality is felt in toto. That's it. We talk about civil rights. We talk about human rights. The whole world is talking about human rights, rights for your fellow man. The Torah speaks about rights for the land. When we talk about human rights, we say they should have land. When we talk about rights in the total, it is for the land as well. The land has rights. It should be respected, it should be regarded. Because without that land, without the productivity of that land, without that which the land gives us, rights don't help. because without bread we cannot exist. The land is the bread for life. And who produces that bread from the land? We work, we labor, but it is up there, divinity. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. He produces that food from the ground. And therefore, we have respect and we have love. Not only for our human being, not only for divinity who transcends the human being, but for the earth created for us to have that complete totality in fulfillment for light.